You know, we've all experienced setbacks. Setbacks are part of life. But when's the last time you actually embraced a setback? When's the last time that you used that setback for growth? Welcome back to another episode of Sweat Talk. My name's Chad. Today I want to talk about embracing setbacks and using them for personal growth. Whenever we as human beings experience setbacks, we have a tendency to feel like a victim because it's easier for us to blame external influences for that setback. When we experience a setback, we feel like it's a failure. We might feel like failures. But whenever you look at successful people, regardless of who it is, do you ever think about what it actually took for that person to achieve the success that they've found? Think about your favorite athlete, for example. Whatever sport you like to play, whatever sport you like to watch or whatever. Your favorite athlete realizes that winning doesn't happen on game day. Winning doesn't happen when you get to hold that trophy or that award in your hand. Winning happens every day that you show up to training, every day that you show up for yourself, every day that you do something that's difficult, time you do something that nobody else wants to do. Winning on game day is nothing more than a culmination of losing repeatedly, experiencing setbacks, embracing them, and using them for personal growth. My video that I'm making today, the video that I made yesterday, is what inspired me to talk about this topic today. Yesterday's video was 10 things I wish I knew in my 20s. I experienced one technical issue after another. I had to record that video multiple times. I don't script any of these videos because when I'm speaking, I want it to come from the heart. And I don't know of a way to be able to script a video and feel like it's coming from the heart. Even though I sat down and I wrote it, but when I read it, it's gonna make me sound like a robot. You're not going to be able to feel the emotion or emotions that I experience. It's not going to be near as personal. So yesterday, I ended up recording, went to a local lake, and I did my sweat talk as normal. When I went to upload it, I had no audio whatsoever. These videos take a long time to make. It's difficult. And because I'm making them every day, time's limited, and I'm regularly crunched for time. So I had to go back out to another location, and I had to shoot. Again, I had to redo the video because I'm determined to put one of these videos out every day. So I went to a trail that was down the street from my house that walks along the bay. That way I didn't have to travel anywhere. I could drive 5 minutes from my house, 2 minutes from my house, whatever, and I'd be able to upload that video. I'd be able to make that video, get it done, get back to my house, edit it, and upload it. When I got to the trail, the battery for my camera was dead. I had to figure something else out. I had to use my phone. The light started going down, or the sun started going down, and I ended up walking along that trail that doesn't have any lights with a light shining in my face so I could complete my task. If you go back and you watch that video, I think I said something along the lines, "This is fucking impossible." And I dropped my camera as I felt defeated for a minute. I had a setback. I didn't think that there was any way in hell that I was going to be able to get that video uploaded. So I got back to my house, processed the video, uploaded it into my editing software. My editing software started glitching. It didn't work. I had to fight with it. If you notice on the video, some of the subtitles that are coming up in the bottom are jumbled, and I couldn't get that to go away. I couldn't get the software to cooperate with me at all. But remember, nothing is ever going to be perfect. Nothing is ever going to turn out, or nothing is always going to turn out how you expect it to. Sometimes you just have to look at things and say, well, it's what I got for now. This is the hand that I'm dealt for now. It may be a setback, but I'm going with it, and I'm going to grow with it, and I'm going to learn from it. So if I can remember when I upload this video, I'll put a card here somewhere, this side, that side, somewhere. I'll put an in-screen card if I can remember, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. And when you're watching these videos, you'll also notice that I stumble on my words, and I still leave that in there. It's all intentional. I want you guys to see my mistakes. I want you guys to experience the mistakes. I want you to see that I'm practicing exactly what it is that I preach. I'm not just out here making shit up for mental masturbation. I want you guys to get this as raw and as uncut as I possibly can give it to you, and keep your attention at the same time. So yesterday I embraced that setback, and I used it to grow. And the way that I see it, I'm better for it. I learned that I have to use a different system. I'm gonna have to figure something different out. I learned that I need to start processing them different. I need to start doing this a different way so that I can achieve my goal of uploading a video every single day. And last night, even with all the setbacks, all the technical difficulties that I experienced, I was still able to get it uploaded 6 minutes to midnight and complete my goal of finishing that video yesterday. The way that I see it is those that succeed never stop after failure. They don't stop when they experience some sort of a setback. They keep going. They learn from it. If it costs them money, that's the price of tuition. Remember, people that go to college, some of them have $100,000, $300,000 worth of tuition. That's the cost of their tuition. When you experience a setback, or when you feel like a failure, that's the cost of your tuition. Learn how to embrace a growth mindset instead of holding on to that fixed mindset that you have, that you've always used. A growth mindset requires you to be resilient. A growth mindset gives you the ability to look at setbacks as growth and change for the better. A growth mindset allows you to be able to look at failure as a stepping stone that's moving you forward. In the moment, it might feel like one step back, or 2 steps forward, 1 step back, but you haven't taken any steps back until you give up. When I was making yesterday's video, I wanted to give up. I wanted to throw in the towel and tap out. There's no fucking way that I'm gonna pull this off. I didn't think it was possible. It's kind of funny because you can see as I'm walking and I got the light staring in my eyes. It was dark as space outside and I couldn't see anything that was in front of me. I was literally walking blind on that trail. And you can see towards the end of the video, one of the later parts of the video, I don't know what the timestamp is. There was a bicyclist that damn near ran me over. He didn't have a headlight, he didn't have a tail light, and all you see is a shadow go whizzing past me. I'm not kidding you, I didn't think there was any way I was finishing that video, but it wasn't a failure in the end. It was just setbacks. It's not always easy to look at setbacks to stepping stones to success. It's actually pretty difficult to do. It's a difficult concept to wrap our mind around, but it's necessary for you to progress in the future. It's difficult to understand that growth happens when you step outside of your comfort zone, but failure happens. But failure happens when you go outside of your ability and your knowledge. That's when you feel like a failure more often than not. Sometimes, like me yesterday, you're gonna have technical issues, but adapting and focusing on the end goal, that's how you become successful. Failure is an organic part of innovation and development. If you don't fail, if you're not failing, you're not trying. All right, that's an old phrase that I've heard my entire life. Think about Thomas Edison. He was quoted as saying that he didn't fail 10,000 times. He just figured out 10,000 ways that inventing the light bulb will not work. We can all apply that to our daily lives. We can all learn from something like that. You don't, from a quote like that, you don't have to have or be developing a light bulb or a smartphone or Apple. All you have to be doing is reinventing yourself, showing up for yourself. And when you show up for yourself, doing it like you love it, even though at the time you might hate it. But it's almost like you want to write a love letter to your future self so that your future self can go back and look at what it is that you've been able to accomplish. Dear future self, I'm proud of who you become. I want you to understand that I did everything in my power to make you proud. If we look at special operations, operators like Navy SEALs, Green Berets, Marine Recon, police SWAT units, they understand that they sit down, they all develop a mission. They all develop a plan of action for that mission. They rehearse what they're going to do with potential outcomes before they start doing it. They know the layout of where they're going like the back of their hand. They have it all memorized. Everything is memorized. They control everything within their power to ensure a win. And everybody's able to go home safely at the end of the day. Yet almost every time, even though they have all the details, they know the risks, it almost never goes according to plan. That's when your training has to kick in. The saying there is, keep busy, find something to do, and get after it and do it. Because lives depend on you. Lives are dependent on you as well. Yours, your families, your future families, and the future you. All of those lives depend on you. Keep busy, keep rehearsing, keep practicing, keep going, keep fighting the good fight. We can even take this example over to professional fighting. When a professional fighter loses, he doesn't fail. He doesn't just lay down and let the other guy kick his ass. He doesn't just take it. He might get knocked out, but then he'll get right back up and he'll stay in that fight because it's a good fight, it's necessary, and it's worth it. If you've made it this far, do me a favor, type fight in the comments. Who the hell's with me? Show me who you are. I want to see who the fighters are. One of the most challenging fights you can face is kicking your bad habits, which is exactly what this channel's all about. If you're in this fight, I hope like hell you're able to fix your nutrition. I hope like hell you can experience the change when you get that shit out of your diet. By shit, I mean sugar. You want to talk about a fight that's worth fighting? It's the best way to fight for your future. That's the most transformative fight you can win. Along the way, you might experience setbacks. You might even feel like a failure, but all you have to do is stand back up, brush yourself off, and get back in the fight. And go after that shit like you mean it. Because remember, you're not a failure until you quit. As my wife Robin always says, nothing good comes easy. And that's true. That's one of the most true statements that there is. That's all I got for today, guys. I appreciate you showing up. I appreciate every one of you guys. I hope you're showing up for yourselves. I can't thank you enough for all the support that you guys have been giving me. The encouragement to keep on going. To know that these videos, these sweat talks are reaching people. People are getting something out of this content. People are getting encouragement out of this content. And we're starting a cycle. My encouragement is encouraging you, and your encouragement is encouraging me. And that's how we're all gonna get ahead in life, is with each other. I can't thank you enough. That's all I got. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Peace.